As you get into this program, you're going to discover some new language, the upper story and the lower story. These were terms that Randy Frazee first used when he was taking his church through the story, and he used them to signify the theological concepts of God's sovereignty and the mystery of man's existence on the earth. In the garden, we see the two stories, the upper story and the lower story, unified. We see God creating mankind and man loving God back. Their unity is inseparable. But then the stories diverge when man sins. And the rest of Scripture is devoted to showing us how God, in the upper story, is relentlessly pursuing man, trying to win him back, letting him know he loves him, showing him how to do it, showing him what he has done for us. That is the upper story, God's sovereign love and God's sovereign control over everything in the earth. Meanwhile, our lower story is confusing. Our existence on earth can be perplexing. And so the lower story is where the application takes place, where we are learning and making mistakes and messing up and applying the big truths of God. And you'll realize that in our own experience, in the human experience, when we have confusing times in life, we start asking those upper story questions. We're saying, where is God? Why is this happening to me? Does God really care? Those are upper story questions, and the more your people learn to dwell in the upper story and understand who God really is, the more the lower story makes sense. So as you give your people this new language, you're going to see that there's a unifying aspect to a vocabulary change. This is an indication of a cultural change. You're giving them a new paradigm, a new communication tool. And when you do that, you're going to discover you're going to have significant theological impact on your people through using these concepts of the upper story and the lower story.